Hey guys, this is Kralik with Kralik's Gaming and Tech, and this is a GIGABYTE X99 Gaming G1 Wi-Fi G1 gaming motherboard 2011-3 socket. Now I'm going to tell y'all right off the bat, I am sending this one back because I had problems with it. So hope that doesn't influence my unboxing / review too much, but there you go. Okay. Here is the back side of the box there, and we'll kind of look through some of this stuff. Got brand new heatsink designs, of course pretty much every motherboard does. So you got your standard 8 DIMM slots there. Now these are the non-clipping side, so it's good they went with that because it is very close to that PCIe slot there, if you can see that. We've got the Wi-Fi right here, and it hooks into one of the M.2 slots, which kinda is a negative because that M.2 slot could be used for something else, but there's your second M.2 slot. Of course, here's all of your 4 PCIe slots. You've got the Sound Core 3D. I think that's 3D. Yep. Can't get it to focus there. Color's kind of off. And of course, you've got that line that a lot of the manufacturers are doing now that separates the PCB completely from the electrical interference of the rest of the board. I would have liked to have seen them had some sort of shield over that, but I do have some special grade capacitors there. See, let's look back here. We've got the big heatsink here, and all of the red here lights up, and up here. I think that one lights up. Not 100% sure on that, but several of the red pieces throughout here light up. Alright, let me pull this back. We've got some, let's see here. We've got SATA Express up to 10 gigabytes per second, which the MSI board I've got does not have those. But I tested it and it really didn't help out my SSD very much. So then you've got some regular SATA 3s. They're on both ends. Down here at the bottom you have several system fans, front audio, USB 3.0, that kind of stuff. And I will mention that right here is one of 2, right here's the other one, CPU fan connectors. There's not an extra one up here up top anywhere, which would have been useful. If you'll notice there, I don't know if I can get this to focus. There it is. It has one 8-pin connector. Now they do send a 3-into-1 8-pin connector to make that make more power go through, but MSI has a 8-pin and a 4-pin, and I think I like that design better. And of course they've got the dual BIOS and the reset switches and all that sort of stuff right there, and the LED, and of course you got your CPU socket there. So there's that, guys. Okay guys, I want to show you some of the accessories that come with it. We've got a couple of driver discs here, and this has a forewarning. One of those drivers made my computer crash multiple times, so there you go. Take that for what it's worth. We've got the user manual here, and these are always pretty useful. There's always some sort of code or something you've got to look up, or certain slots for certain things, so there's that. Check these out. We got 6 of these SATA fully sleeved SATA 3.0s, so those are pretty useful and nice. That. Here we have a GIGABYTE 3-way SLI. This is a hard plate, so that's pretty cool looking. We have a GIGABYTE 4-way SLI here, which MSI did not give you anything even close to that. And here we have a 2-way SLI. MSI did give you 2 of these, but you know. Here is the antenna that comes with it. It has a magnetic base. You can just put it on whatever and fold that out. There you go. I will tell you that the MSI antennas, because they come with 2, do work better than this single one does, as you would kind of expect. Plus they're a little bit longer. Let's see if we got anything else here. Here we have the I/O board. This kind of has a weird purplish kind of LED to it. It can be useful in helping you see to install stuff, but it's kind of odd. And there's the connector next onto the motherboard. Yeah, over here. Here is the 3-way into 1 8-pin there. So that's kind of interesting. Here is the Crossfire Cable, which they included, but MSI did not include one. But let me see if I can get this to focus here. See that? There's a hole punched in the center of one of the wires. So I'm not sure how well that's going to work. And here we go. Here is another 3-way SLI. Let me get this other one here and see the difference. See, this is, I guess this is more for like single spaced, and this is for quite a bit longer space between the top too. So there you go. That's the bulk of the accessories that come with the GIGABYTE X99 Gaming G1 Wi-Fi motherboard. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, this is where I'm going to talk about some of the issues I had with the GIGABYTE Gaming 1 Wi-Fi, whatever motherboard it is. I don't really care at this point, actually. It is on its way back to Newegg as we speak. A few of the issues, well, first of all, when I went to start it up, you know, I plugged everything in like I would normally, had, you know, my USB devices, all that kind of stuff. Well, it refused to start. Wouldn't post, wouldn't do anything. So I started unplugging stuff. And as long as I didn't have any sort of USB thumb drive or USB external hard drive or anything like that, it would boot into BIOS. So I was like, okay, you know, I can deal with that. So I thought there would be some sort of setting or something else, which there may be some sort of setting, but I never found it. But I got into their BIOS, and their BIOS is really kind of haphazard. I was having issues, not really navigating around, but I mean like the mouse in it, the mouse doesn't move fluidly. I switched back to their classic mode because it was much easier just to use the keyboard to maneuver around. And yeah, I mean that wasn't too bad right there. It didn't see my RAID very well at first, and then I finally got to see my RAID. It took me several times to even get Windows installed on it. I never really got it stable per se. I mean, at one point I had it to where the computer was up and running, I had Windows on it, I could boot it up and down with some limited USB drives connected to it. But other than that, it just wasn't super stable. And whenever I connected a second monitor to it, it would not boot into BIOS at all. It would get hung up and just wouldn't go. So that's definitely an issue there. I pointed out the issue with the Crossfire cable they gave me that had a hole in it. That wasn't a good thing. I know there were several times where I tried going into BIOS and it would get hung up and just have issues. Overall, I just did not have very good luck with that board. The driver issues, one of the AHCI drivers was just giving me all kinds of fits. I installed it and it made my system crash, and it actually did it twice before I realized which one it was. So finally I got, I installed their update software, and they had a new one through that, and that one worked fine. So that was okay. But the one that was still on their website was still the old one. So I don't understand what their mindset was there. Their overclocking software, I tried messing around with that some. I did what they considered a mild or medium overclock, which was 3.9 gigahertz. Did that fine, no problem. I then tried what they considered the extreme, or 4.1, which everybody should know, because I'm running a i7-5960X, which is the 8-core. They typically don't have any problems doing 4.1 gigahertz, or even higher than that on, generally mild voltage overclocks, that sort of stuff. Well, did the 4.1, tell it to restart, it wouldn't even go into the BIOS. It froze completely up solid. So I had to switch it over to the other BIOS, and ended up having a problem with that one. I mean, it was pretty much bricked, other than, using the flash service and completely reflashing both BIOSes. So there you go, guys. You've heard me ramble here for about 5 minutes, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't recommend this board. There's not enough positives there as far as my experience goes. I mean, there are some good things about the board, but I'll let y'all take that from the unboxing part of the video. So
please subscribe and share my channel if you enjoy my videos. Thank you.